Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone around the world. I am Paul Sisler, and I am the host of In the Moment. And today's segment, Tuesday Takes, L.R. Evans is back, and she's got some news for us. Luke!
Hey, what's up, guys? Check out my party room. Just joking. It's a book nook. Hi. I still got a lot of stuff to do. I want to paint these walls midnight blue and everything. And there's a lot of more decoration that I want to do. But I opened a bookstore, motherfuckers.
Yes. And I just put up for everyone Chapters and Pages Book Nook, 203A Broadway Street, Jackson, Ohio, 45640. Grand opening on April 1st, and Daigle will be there.
Yes. That is going to be, he's going to be here for the grand opening on April 1st. Yes, he's going to be reading from his horror novel, Bingo, right here at this location. So that's going to be our headliner. I'm super excited. The very first of many local authors that will be coming down to the Book Nook here in Jackson, Ohio, to be able to kind of like read from their works and get a spotlight shown on them. That way people down here can see all the local talent right here in their own community. I'm stoked for it.
I'm loving it. And when you get your website up, let me know. We will get that out on the show. This is awesome. I'm so happy for you. Oh my God, this is awesome.
Thank you. It's going to take a lot of work. Luckily, I got a couple more months to really put everything together. It's going to be less about inventory. Like I'm going to have more inventory in here. I have lots of newer titles and things like that. And I'm going to get some used books I'm going to sell as well. But it's mainly going to be for the experience and the events and the ambiance, of course, because you come in here and there's going to be like bean bags and stuff that you guys can sit on and have some coffee and just kind of read books or listen to local authors read. I'm also going to be doing writers retreats. And if you guys are on Twitter, you already know that I host some pretty badass writers retreats.
Yes.
Same thing in person as it is online. You guys are going to, I'm going to bring local authors in here and aspiring writers. And we're going to sit down and we're going to share our work with each other and then critique and give feedback to each other, just like we do on Twitter Spaces. It's going to be great. We're also going to have writing sprints in here as well. So 20 minutes of writing, making sure that we're not procrastinating, because that's what we writers do best. And then 20 minutes of discussion, a little break there, talking about like what we loved most about what we just wrote, share lines with each other, things like that if we like.
Yes. And just to let everybody know, Luke and I have been talking, and there's a really, really good chance, almost 100% guarantee, there's going to be a Saturday spotlight.
Yeah.
Where after I do comedy and controversy, I'm going to bring up the Book Nook, and we are going to do live book readings right here on In the Moment.
Yes, because Saturdays are when I'm going to bring people in. I'm probably going to do the first Saturday spotlight on April 1st if you're down. I will set up a camera, and you guys will be here for the grand opening listening to Daigle read from Bingo right here. So you'll be part of it. You'll be able to ask questions about his new work. And I'm going to do that every Saturday when I bring local authors in to read. You guys will be able to ask local authors right here in Jackson, Chillicothe, Wellston, Waverly, Beaver, all these places around here, Gallia County. You'll be able to ask some questions about their work. So yeah, that's all things that are going to happen every Saturday.
Yes. And now people are going to actually know that Ohio is real.
Well, let's not go that far. I'm a firm believer that I'm living in a simulation right now.
Now, if you could kind of do a walk out and show them the store that they're going to have to walk through to get to the Book Nook, because they do have to walk through a store to get to your store.
Well, I got to plug my sister anyway. So here is the very front door that right in front of Ambets over there. See, there's Ambets. Hi, Ambets. So you walk through this door and then you come in here. And this is Vanities, my sister's store that she runs with her partner. business partner. She has a husband. But anyway, it's a DTF, which means direct to fabric, on demand printing store. So hoodies, t-shirts, you got some tumblers up here, shoes, whatever the case may be. You come in and you say, hey, I would like this design on this hoodie. And then you leave, go get lunch, or come in and stop and see me in the book nook, browse my wares, whatever you like to do. And then in an hour, you come right back up to the counter and your hoodie or tumbler, whatever you ordered, is done. So the selling point of Vanities is that there's going to be an hour turnaround. So it's on-demand printing. But anyway, you walk through here and you come on this way. And here's the book nook. So yeah, big difference from up front, because up front is more retail-y. It's brighter lighting. And then in here, you come in and you vibe.
Love it. Love it. This is awesome. This is awesome. April 1st, everyone. April 1st. And we will be doing definitely an exclusive on that opening. It'll be an exclusive show opener. And then anytime you have a book reading, we will definitely put it up live.
Yes, I'm super excited for it. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great way for little known authors right here in my backyard to get a little bit more exposure and get their names out there. Because you know how easy it is for books to get buried, especially if you're self-published.
Yes.
Like, really difficult. So the more I can get the word out about really good books that are right down here in Southern Ohio, the more I want to do that.
Yes. And there are a lot of really good authors and a lot of really good books that are out there that people just have no idea that they even exist. And as you can see on my bottom shelf back here, I have The Gospel of the Witch, L.R. Evans' Lucid, Magnify's Songbirds and Secrets. Yes. Or is it Secrets and Songbirds? Secrets and Songbirds.
I wasn't going to call you on it just because, like, I know you mix up words sometimes. And I was like,
yes.
I'm going to let him have it. It's fine.
Yes. Well, I have dyslexia and I make it work. And sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right. It's all right.
It's okay. Anyways, I'm excited. I can't wait. Me
too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I still have a lot of work that I want to do in here. I do want to paint these walls midnight blue, and I want to put some black fabric behind this tool and make it really cute, and then put some twinkle lights up, and I'm going to get some bird cages as well and hang from the ceiling. And there's going to be like bird themed books up there, like To Kill a Mockingbird, Magnify Secrets and Songbirds are going to be inside like the cages that's hanging from there, because I think that'd be kind of cute and kind of clever. So I'm going to do that. But we're here to talk about character tropes.
Yes. Well, I had to buzz your show as much as I could.
I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it so much. I'm super excited about the Book Nook. I've been thinking about owning a bookstore for like a year now. Ever since I met Attic, I'm like, you know what? It would be cool if like I had my very own bookstore. But like, and then it just happened. I was like, okay, cool. The universe heard me and went like, okay, let's do it.
Yes.
But yeah, today we're talking about character tropes though, and there are so many character tropes. Character tropes are basically just a description of a character, the same as it would be a description of a person. Like we all have like our core personality. My personality changes often because I'm crazy, but I would say that I'm more like maybe like the rebel or something. Like, you know, I don't like to be boxed in. I don't like to conform to the rules or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and go out there and call myself a rebel. But there's lots of different character tropes. There's the damsel in distress. There's the help me. The hero, obviously, the chosen one. You have a bunch of them up already, don't you?
Yes. There's like movie tropes, like the MacGuffin. A MacGuffin is a figurative person, question, or object that moves the plot forward. You have like Western movie tropes like the Spawn Ranch sequence and Once Upon a Time, Quentin Tarantino movie. You have, let's see, those are movie tropes. Let me get down. Character tropes. You have the damsel in distress, the chosen one, the girl next door, the femme fatale, the mad scientist, the trusty sidekick, the dumb muscle, the wise old man, the anti-hero.
I love anti-heroes. Those are my favorite. The morally gray ones, it's like, yes. Damon Salvatore, I'm sorry, my heart is fluttering. But before we started the show, me and Paul were talking about like our books and like how some character tropes apply to ours. And what did you say that yours came up to, Paul?
I have Iris, which is the hero, the chosen one, and let's see, good guys wear black is Donovan.
Yes.
Yeah. Age-old wisdom, that would apply to Donovan because obviously he's, over 1,000 years old. He's a vampire, just so you know, if you like vampires. Let's see. You got the trophy wife. You got he's right behind me, isn't he? You got the geek the chic, the psycho ex-girlfriend, cut the red wire, get this bread. I don't even know what that means. Get this bread.
I like the hustler, the one with like the money mindset. Never mind. Can I change my answer? I'm the hustler.
Okay, there you go.
That's who I am.
Yeah. The narrator, the henchman, yes.
Yeah, so there's like a lot. And as Paul just demonstrated, your characters might be more than just one character trope. Like he's got the good guy in black, and he's also got what was the other one you said?
Oh my God.
We forgot, but anyway.
Yeah, that was like 15 minutes ago and all that. Short-term memory gone.
Me too. So bad.
Yeah. He's the lawman. He's the by the book guy. He's the, he's also the I broke a rule and now I feel guilty guy.
He's Hermione. But yeah, you can mix and match. Like you can put your character might fit more than one character trope. And I would actually go as far as to say that if your character does fit more than one character trope, then you're probably doing it right because you're avoiding cliches. And nobody likes a cliche because cliches are what makes stories predictable. So the more that you can twist and turn and make it into something more complex and more intricate, like real people are, like I said, because like I'm not just one type of person, and neither is Paul, and neither is anyone who might be watching this video right now. We're all different people, and we adapt and we change, and we have a lot of different other personality traits besides just one.
Yeah. So, well, like Donovan and all that. Donovan starts out, you automatically think he's the bad guy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Then as his character develops and all that, you realize, oh no, he got swindled. He's the by the book guy. Oh, wait, he's the hero. Oh, wow. Wait, what? He's what? Yes.
And that's another good point. As the story progresses, as you have your story arc and your character arc moving forward, your character tropes might change. And that's another good sign that you are writing. I just noticed that the R in my name is like lowercase. I'm like, damn it, that's gonna bug me. But it's fine. It's fine. I don't have OCD. Maybe a touch. But what was I talking about? Because that really fucking distracted me. Yeah, as your story progresses and your characters grow, the tropes will change for them. If you're doing it right, in my opinion. For RimWorld, for my characters, I know that Julian is like, I don't do the chosen one thing just because kind of like I didn't feel like doing it this time around. But there's a lot of books that do it really well and a lot of TV shows that do it well. Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer is obviously the chosen one. Who else? Ooh, actually, and if you haven't watched Supernatural all the way through, then close your ears, earmuffs, earmuffs. Dean and Sam were actually the chosen ones in that one, as we found out at the last season. So there's a lot of uh Jay says big R.
First, Jay said little R, then big R.
Stop it. Stop. I'm trying to focus. I'm not paying attention to my. Oh, look, the R got changed. Oh,
Yes, I did that.
I appreciate you because that was gonna bug me forever. I was trying my best to ignore it. But yeah, there's a lot of different chosen ones that are done well. I just kind of didn't want to do it when I was writing the Rumworld trilogy. I wanted it to be more about random everyday people thrown into like this big world and having to work their way backwards that way. The only reason that they would be considered chosen in any way, which you'll find out in book 2, is because of like some groundwork that they already laid for themselves and don't remember for reasons. There's past lives and shit like that involved in the Rimworld trilogy. So, but Julian, I would say, is probably like the grumpy character, and then Miles is the boy next door. He's the sunshine character. Julian's got like this hidden past, and then in book 2 we find out that Miles isn't as sunshiny as we think he is. He kind of like he has anger problems, bless him. But anyway, that's my book. Since you talked about yours, I want to talk about mine a little bit. Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. No, definitely. Definitely. I mean, like Iris starts out as the rebel, the know-it-all, you know, and then Iris converts into the chosen one, you know, which well, I guess she actually goes into the vengeful one before she becomes the chosen one, because all that you guys have seen so far has been the vampire side of it. You haven't seen the druid side that I've been writing on. So,
oh, that's going to be exciting. I can't wait for the druids to come in. Like, I'm already excited from what I've already read of your book, or heard you read, I should say. So I can't wait to see how the druids play in on it, because I know that you're doing the druids and vampires thing, which is a really interesting combo. I love that.
well, with Iris being half druid, you know, born druid, half druid, and now she's half vampire, and of course she has half human qualities. So, well, I guess that would be 3 halves. I guess it'd be thirds when you get down to it. But yeah, she's you know a multitude of things now, and it's her life is getting complex and confusing, and she doesn't know where to go next. And we lost you, L.R. Evans. Luke, where did you go? Luke, we lost Luke. Oh, there we go.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. Why is there 2 of me? Oh, now there's only 1. Hello, I'm sorry. Continue.
Yeah, I don't know. I still got the second one of you here too, so I don't know why we lost you and you came back.
That was weird. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm scared to kick the other one from the studio. I don't know what it'll do. I'm just going to leave it there.
2 for the price of 1. Bogo, bitch.
There we go. There we go. J Colt says that outfit, I swear.
Yes, I be styling. I be styling.
Absolutely. Doppelganger. Yeah, I've been looking at Jay's TikToks of recent on TikTok, and Jay's got some outfits, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, their fits are fire.
Yes.
I did want to touch base on the different ways that the tropes can become toxic, but ways that you can also make them healthy. I think we talked about that before the show started, but like, for example, like the grumpy, mysterious past dude paired with like the sunshiny, optimistic dude, like that can, like, I always do dudes because if it's gay, it's all me. But like there's ways that can turn toxic, because like if you have this grumpy dude that's all like, like everything sucks and like I'm so damaged and I got like this horrible past and I can't move past it, and then you bring the sunshine character in, there's that temptation, and it's really easy to fall into, for the sunshine character to become like this character's therapist and for him to become like a crutch on the other character. But the way that you can circumvent that is to teach that grumpy character, the bad character, how to fend for themselves. So it's not so much them just leaning on this character for like the entire book. They grow, they have this character arc to where they got a little help from someone, because we all need help sometimes. But then they learn to overcome on their own and become healthy on their own that way, and they're not constantly using this other person as their emotional punching bag or their dump site.
Now, the other thing you could do is they kind of feed on each other, and they kind of take on each other's traits a little bit.
Yes.
And a good example of that would be Men in Black.
Okay.
Think about what's his name?
Talking about Will Smith?
Will Smith and
K,
yeah.
I
can't think of the actor's name. It's just right there. Anyways.
Okay. He's good. Will Smith
Yeah.
and K.
Yes. Anyways, he's just, again, by the book, everything, procedures, got everything. Don't touch this. Don't do that. And Will Smith is just like, oh my God, is this real? Oh, I knew he was an alien, blah, blah, blah. I mean, just, and they kind of feed off of each other. So you can interact them to where they actually work together.
I wonder how we would classify those two characters in a traditional trope. Like, I think Men in Black is a little too on the nose. We have Wise Old Man, obviously, for K. He's the wise old man. He's been there. He knows.
Yeah.
And then we have Will. So Will's character.
Get the gun already?
Get the gun already. He is pretty quick on the gun at first.
Well, think about it. Remember, he's like looking at that big gun and wants it, and Kay gives him the itty bitty one.
Yeah, kind of like more of a tiny detail. That's not so much like his personality. I'd say, I guess he's the hero, but that's a little too broad. Like, I feel like there's something that fits him more. What all does he do? Let's think about it. He shows up. Everything's new to him. He starts learning. He kind of goes on his own little hero's journey thing there. He's smart-mouthed and sassy. So I don't know. What do you think?
I'm looking. And just so everyone knows, before the show started, Luke educated me on tropes. I mean, I've always known this aspect of writing. I just didn't know how to define it, tropes. So let me define.
They're really just personality traits. That's what they are. Art imitates life. Life imitates art. It's just what we see every day when we're interacting with other people. And then we take those traits and we put them in a character. And that is what makes the character come to life, because it resembles the life that we're already living. And it makes the characters feel more real. That's why when you put more than one character trope into a character, it fleshes them out more. It makes them more complex, like a real human, that we are not reading another paper person that's not jumping off the page at you. They're clearly two-dimensional. And that's a reason why you avoid cliches, which is too closely that too closely follows traditional tropes. Like, tropes are there for ideas. That I think that looking up a list of tropes online and then choosing something and then letting your imagination go wild with it, not following it too closely, not making it too formulaic is probably the best thing you can do. If like you're searching for like new character ideas, new personality types to incorporate into your story.
Right. Now, for those people out there that were like me who just learned about this word, here's the definition of character tropes. In simple words, a character trope is a recognizable element within a story or plot that defines or conveys information about a character. Character tropes can either define a character's entire role in a plot, and it says think the evil bad guy or the chosen one, or the character's personality or motivations.
Right. So they can definitely be more than one trope. Hero obviously isn't enough on its own. If you just be like, this is the hero for hero's sake, boring story.
Right, right. And me, I kind of like to throw people into a loop because I like the growing character. Okay. I like a character that starts out as one thing and transforms and becomes something else.
John, come here. This is the owner of Vanities. My
Hello.
All right, bye. She's leaving. Yeah, no, I put everything back. Love you, bye. Oh, yeah, let me grab my keys. I'm sorry. Continue. I just wanted you guys to see my beautiful sister before she left.
Oh, no worries, no worries. What was I just saying?
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I didn't mean to do it to you.
Oh, I said yes. I was talking about how I like to see a character transform. I like to see a character that learns along the way and sees a viewpoint that's different in the world and starts to take it on. And I think probably the first time that I really recognized that, this goes back, a lot of you probably have never even heard of this show called NYPD Blue with Dennis Franz as Andy Sipowicz, where he starts out in the show, he's the drunk, the alcoholic, the racist, the bigot. He's the bad cop. And throughout the show, he grows and he learns. And by the end of, the last season, you love Andy Sipowicz. He becomes a father. He becomes, a responsible person, no longer the alcoholic. And he has become a decent human being. So I like a character where whatever trope you have to begin with, that as you go further and further down the line, that trope changes because the person changes and grows.
Yes. I love a good character arc, especially. But see, this comes back to something else I wanted to touch on, where you were talking about how horrible this character was at the very beginning and how he changed later to become a good person. But when you start off with a character that is doing a lot of toxic things and you don't draw attention to it, like in this one in NYPD Blue, it looks like they drew attention to it and he overcame his prejudices and his bigotry and all that stuff and became a better person. But some authors actually fall into the pitfall of not addressing that, or just assuming that it's normal, or not normal, but they don't condemn it. They don't make the character accountable for their own actions. So it just glossed over like, oh, he's just broken. He's just a poor tortured soul. Or, she didn't know any better. She's been through a lot. And it just gets glossed over. And we don't really have a discussion about these toxic traits that were assigned to this character because love cured them.
Right.
Like,
well, see, right. And see, and this is what made NYPD Blue so unique with this, is because the whole time he struggled. He had a battle after a battle, had to go to court, got called out by his wife on it. Just all these different things. There were consequences and battles, and it drew you in. It's just like you hate him, and yet you love seeing him heal, hoping for the better. And every time you see the bad come back, you're just like, I knew it. He was going to fail. And then he learns from it and he becomes a better human being. Oh, it sucks you right in. And those that have ever watched NYPD Blue know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't watched it, go get it on DVD or whatever and watch through it. If you love good crime dramas, this is probably the best one that's ever been made ever.
And if you want to do crime yourself, you could always sail the 7 seas.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. But yeah, that's something that I take issue with like one of my favorite books, and it's a guilty pleasure for this express reason, is Beautiful Disaster. I forget the name of the person who wrote it. Totally forget. It's completely slipped my mind, but I will reread that book, even though it is toxic as hell. Like, it's about this dude that like won't take no for an answer, basically, in the middle. Like that's what messed me up. It was halfway through the book and they had broken up and he was just like outside her door, like not like refusing to leave and everything. And it was portrayed as romantic. Like, bitch, she said go away. Like, no means no. Stop. What are you doing? And it was
Jamie McGuire. Sorry. Jamie McGuire.
Yes, that's her. But I love that book. I love that book anyway. I still reread it because like it's a fun portrayal of college life and reinventing yourself and things like that. But she did fall into that pitfall of making the romance toxic, and it's really easy to do. You have to be on your P's and Q's about that. And I'm not saying you can't write toxic relationships or toxic characters, but I think that it's more responsible if you draw attention to it and be like, this is toxic behavior. This is not the thing to aspire to. but but you can write toxic characters and use that as a way to grow the character and have a deeper character arc, as long as you don't do something crazy with them that's irredeemable.
Right. No, what's so weird is I never thought about as we're defining character tropes. I never thought about it in that term because I just simply wrote it, hey, this is right. What the person is, and this is what the person is going to become. This is what the person has got to go through. And it's just like, wow, it's like I'm already there. And I know I've heard the term. I know I've taken enough writing classes. I know I've heard it, and I've probably written papers on it, but I'm 54. This was a long time ago. So the memory, it goes when you get older. So.
Bitch, it's been gone for me. But that's how I write too. That's why it's so difficult for us to name the character trope that applies to our characters, because we write them as people. A lot of authors do. They just write them as characters. They don't think about the tropes that they fall into. But the reason why it's important to know the tropes that fit your characters is for marketing. Think about like all the fan fiction on an archive of our own. Like all those little tags on there it makes it easier for readers to find the types of stories that they want to read. And they do that by being like enemies to lovers, or damsel in distress, or chosen one. They find like certain things like that, and character relationships and story arcs and character arcs that they want to read by choosing those tags. So that's probably the only reason that you really need to know about the tropes that fit your characters and your story and all of that, in my opinion.
I agree. I just listened to Daigle. He was in a space today with Dana, and he was talking about, it's not the same thing, but it's related, because he was talking about knowing your genre. And there's a lot of writers that don't even know what genre they're writing in. And he listed off all the things that his new book, Bingo, correlates with. And it's not just one genre, it's lots of genres. And he was talking about, like, if you're going to do a query letter, you don't want to say what genre you're in. You want to say, but, it's got this, and this in it. So I guess when it comes to like character tropes, you should probably know what the tropes are. And trust me, I'm going to be doing a lot more reading into character tropes and get a better understanding myself, so that when I'm doing my characters, I know what the tropes are for the characters at this point in the book, this point in the book, this point in the book, what they grow into, what they've become, and so on. So yeah, I definitely I need to educate myself.
Yeah, and even if like you're not putting it in the query letter for a publishing house or an agent or something like that, you can always use that as part of your marketing material, your online advertisements on Twitter or TikTok or wherever the case may be. You have something to hook potential readers with, because hey, are you looking for enemies to lovers? Are you looking for the bad boy with the heart of gold? Are you looking for, like, and then you have that.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
Cornelia's here. She says, Luke, you look amazing.
thanks, bitch.
Yes. Cornelia, you missed the beginning of the show. I want you to look at Luke's name and look underneath it. It says Chapters and Pages Book Nook. Luke has opened up a bookstore, Cornelia. April 1st is the grand opening, Cornelia. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, we're in it right now. I'm painting the walls midnight blue. We ain't doing this white shit. So don't worry about that. And then I'm putting black on the ceiling. Like I'm doing like black to like cover up the drop ceiling and the fluorescent lighting. And then I'm going to sew the tulle on it to give it like that poofy cloud kind of feeling. It's going to be great. There's going to be some bean bags in here. Everyone's going to be able to read their books and drink their coffee and be here to like, just chill and vibe and listen to like local authors read their books and stuff. Daigle's coming down for the grand opening to read Bingo too, which makes me excited. He's going to be my grand opening person.
Let me put that information up there because we got some newcomers that just came in. Teepaw, Cornelia. Here you go. This is Luke's bookstore. Luke has a bookstore, everybody.
Still working on the story, but like I said, the selling point for like the first few months is basically going to be the experience, the ambiance, the events, things like that. That's probably going to stay what the main attraction is going to be, but I'm going to have a lot more inventory in here than just what's in here. I just put some books up that I had. I haven't brought them all down yet.
Yes. And
I got Aragon, the entire Aragon series.
Oh, yes.
I've got some Roth. I got the entire Divergent series. What else do I got? Oh, I know I got some Sarah J. Maas, don't I? Oh, I also got Claire. Yes. We got some Cassandra Clare. I could have sworn I had Moss. Oh, there's some Moss. I got the Assassin's Blade. Sarah J. Maas. That's Sarah J, right? Yeah, that's Sarah J. Sweet. Sarah J. Maas. So I got some big names that's in here. There's going to be more that's coming in. But yeah, I got some pretty popular ones that's I know is going to fly off the shelf. I kind of am tempted to just sit in here and read them all before I open, like, yay.
Yes, yes. And I hope Daigle gets something like this going, because I would love to get Daigle on here doing the same thing, where we have a Saturday spotlight with you. Maybe we can get a Sunday spotlight going with Daigle.
That would be neat. I would love that. I would travel to Cleveland to be in his bookstore and do a reading for sure.
Yes. Definitely going to have to talk to Daigle and see if we can get something like that going, because I think that would be awesome.
I would love to do like a Zoom meeting I'll talk to him about it later, but like kind of like join the two halves of Ohio and like have like a virtual book club happening here with one in person here. And then like, I don't know. I'll talk to him about it, but I like that idea. I'd love to have
work something up
together like that. That would be awesome.
Definitely work something up. We will get it on here. Whatever you guys decide to do, I will definitely, again, I'll promote the hell out of you guys.
I'm excited. It's gonna be so fun.
Yes.
But, anyone have any questions about character tropes or anything they'd like to add, or any questions or anything from the Peanut Gallery?
Yes. Character tropes.
I'll go off on another tangent. I'm just giving everyone a chance to ask questions if they have something before I move on.
Yes.
I check the chat, but I'm pretty sure that's what made 2 of me last time, and I'm trying not to continually clone myself.
No worries. I'm looking up some different things here. Hold on. Some pros and cons to character tropes.
Well, one big con is the fact that it's easy to fall into a cliche, for sure.
Okay. What has been talked about already? Character tropes. Character tropes, T-Paw. Character tropes.
Yeah. Some tropes that we discussed was heroes. We discussed I can't remember a damn thing that we talked about. Okay. We had hero. We had mysterious past guy. We had the sunshine character. What else? Damsel in distress is another one that, like, I feel like it's not wrong to use it. I wouldn't say there's a way to do it in a healthy way, but that's another one that's really easy to fall into a trap with because.
Okay. Hold on, let me tell you the website first. Writersrelief.com. They have some common plot tropes, but in relation to character tropes, the cons of using tropes in your writing: predictability, becoming cliche,
Yep.
problematic elements.
Yep.
And then the pros are predictability, establishes your genre, gives you a roadmap.
Yeah. Predictability can be both a pro and a con because it's the same thing as genre. Like when people pick up a romance book, they're expecting a happily ever after or at least a happy for now. And if they don't get that, then you've disappointed the readers of that genre because it's not what they expect from that genre. And that's why it's so important to know your genre, and it's why it's so important to know what your character tropes are. That way, when you are advertising it to the world, people aren't picking it up expecting one thing and then they're disappointed. It might be the best book in the world, but if it's not what your readers are expecting, they're still going to be disappointed. And then you get 1 stars.
Well, I guess that's where the predictability would be a good aspect, because if you're listing a trope that tells you basically what kind of book it is that you're going to read, say like sci-fi horror, and you're not going to be disappointed if it's, sci-fi horror, but then where the predictability comes in, where it can be a problem, is that it's like all other sci-fi horror movies or
Right.
books. So yes.
Could you imagine if you were picking up a horror novel or a sci-fi horror or whatever, and there's like very little sci-fi in there? There's like the horror aspect was just a murder that was mentioned in the newspaper, and the whole actual book is nothing but like a sappy ass romance. I would be pissed.
Well, it's kind of like, all right, it's kind of like doing, I'm going to throw Iris and TJ in here, okay? Because like with Iris in Rainbow Prophecy and all that, she's a sex worker, and she's assaulted and sexualized, okay? So that is like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm reading this. I thought this was supposed to be vampires and druids. And there's the unpredictability there. And then it kind of falls into it, with TJ, it starts out with abuse. He's an abused kid. And now we have demons involved, so yeah. T-Paw said, oh, I'm sorry. T-Paw said, I like to invert tropes, or having tropes dance together and inverting expectations.
Yes, that's the way to do it right. That's how you shake it up and you don't make it predictable to the point of monotony.
Okay, here's something. Wow. You could have a villain looking to dominate the world to heal it.
Oh, yeah, that's I love it whenever the villain thinks that their actions are right, that they think that they are justified in doing this, that the means justify the ends. That's my favorite kind of villain, because they're the most dangerous a lot of the times. And they also tend to get more of a following from readers as well, because like some readers will be able to just be like, well, I kind of get it. Like, he's making sense. And he's not just a villain at that point. He's like on the edge. He kind of like teeters. I fell in love with Lasher from the Anne Rice series. Like, I was rooting for Lasher to get with the doctor lady the whole fucking time, until like it actually happened and I realized it was like a whole ass trick. I was like, oh god, no, I'm a horrible judge of character. I really fucking am. But that's just one example of a character that is the villain, pulling on the heartstrings of the reader to the point where you empathize with them and you understand them and completely forget that they're the villain in the first place. Sometimes.
TJ.
Yes, TJ wants to fucking take over the whole ass fucking, like, he's just like demon strength, like mind powers and shit like that. And you're like, you go, boy. That's right. Dominate us. Take over the world. Enslave humanity.
Yes. T-Paw said, justifying Thanos snap.
Right. Yes, exactly. Like, there's villains that you just root for, that you just want them to win because either your own cynicism about life, or like something that just kind of like, they're relatable. If you humanize your villains as much as you humanize your main characters, your heroes, your protagonists, side characters, then I feel like that makes the book even more interesting, because it's so much more true to life, because it's not black and white out here.
Right. And seeing with TJ, the villain is the good guy. Okay, the villain is the good guy.
Like, oh, you also, for TJ, you had crap. That angel place, like they were trying to engineer angels or some shit, weren't they?
Yes.
So are those the bad guys?
Yes.
I did the same thing with my villain and hero. Like, yes. Adrian, like, has the guild for like it's called Liberty Guild for like the good guys, but Adrian is a pyroclasty and he's got like horns and big black tattered bat wings, and like he looks like a stereotypical demon. And then the bad guy, Titus, who rules over the Titan Guild, the other half that's like a large army to rival Adrian's, he's got like long flowing white hair and porcelain skin and glittering gold or amber eyes, and wears all white. And he's got these big fluffy feathery white wings, and he looks like an angel, but he's like, yay slavery. And so like he's actually like the bad guy.
Yes. See, I bring in the seraphs, which are very angelic in their looks, absolutely beautiful and gorgeous and mesmerizing, and they dominate and control everyone and everybody around them because of their strength, and they manipulate people, and they're supposed to be the good guys. Yeah.
It's a whole ass mess.
Yes. I love it. I love it
too. Shifting that shit, like it makes it less predictable. It changes it up and makes it a little bit more interesting. Like, obviously you can't just do that and expect the book to like be made from just inverting what is normal or what's standard in the world, but I mean, it's a start.
Yeah. T-Paw says, technically, all good villains believe they are heroes, and it's meant to play off us as the readers. Yeah.
What'd he say?
Technically, all good villains believe they are heroes, and it's meant to play off of us as the readers.
Yes, that's true. Yes. I'm not able to the Rimworld trilogy with the main villain, unfortunately, but because like I've kind of already made Titus like Satan, but I am going to play with that in the Tome Trial series. I think I want readers to really be confused and just not ever show them too much about like who the villain really is. I want to do a book series where the reader is constantly confused about who is actually the villain, if anyone, and
Yes.
don't know until like the very end. Like, and maybe not even then. Maybe it'll be just left up to the reader's interpretation. Like, all right, I don't know who was in the wrong here. I know who I didn't like.
Yes. Cornelia says, because it takes real skill to craft a good villain. And right prior to that, she said, I have a weakness for the villains.
There, I blame Ian Somerhalder's portrayal of Damon Salvatore for all of it. And Spike, oh my God, James Marsters' portrayal of Spike in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes. I can't help it. I like the bad guys.
Yes. Yes. It's always fun to go for the bad guys, especially when the bad guy is a good guy. Okay.
Yeah.
And
like all yeah. Is like one cute ass fucking villain to be like, I got you, boo boo. Like, let me just fucking punch this asshole that said something bad to you. Like, I love you, have my children.
Yes, yes. No, when the good guy is the bad guy is the good guy. It's like it's kind of what T-Paul was saying. When there's characteristics of when there's people that wrong people, and even though they're like the person is supposed to be like this evil villain, and yet stands up for the victims from people that claim to be good. And these are like the characters that I like, because it's like, yes, they're willing to. It's kind of like the whole Black Adam thing and the whole Arrow, where they're supposed to be superheroes and they will kill the bad guys. So therefore they are bad guys. You know, it's like, yeah, because, you know, every movie that you watch where the good guys are like, I can't kill them because I'm the good guy. So I have to take them into custody. And it's just like, kill them, kill them.
No, it wouldn't be right. Shut up. Give me the gun. I got you. This motherfucker ain't coming back. No, but like that reminded me of something in Beautiful Disaster by Jamie McGuire. There's like a love triangle thing that ends up happening in that book. I'm sorry. I've been thinking about that book a lot lately. I need to reread it. But in that book, like we have the bad guy that's like I forget like what his name is. I forget. Anyway, he's like the bad boy type, but like he has a romantic interest with Pigeon or whatever the fuck her name is. Like her nickname's Pigeon. But anyway, that's the main girl character, the character that we're following, protagonist. And like she's like trying to stay away from the bad boy. She's like, no, you know, like I'm trying to like reinvent myself and I want to be a good girl or whatever. And she starts dating this dude that's like in med school and his parents are doctors and shit like that. And like he's like the really good character, you know, like he's straight-laced and all this good shit. But then that gets flipped because straight-laced dude that's in med school or whatever is actually a fucking asshole. So, and like when they break up and shit, like he's like super fucking toxic. And I loved that plot twist. I loved it. Like, yeah, she demonized that character in order to like, you know, force Pigeon to go back to the romantic interest that she wanted. But I thought still that was a really interesting choice there to kind of show that the straight-laced characters, the good boy or whatever, isn't really all that good after all.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, I tell you. Now, when you have a character that is the good guy or the bad guy but is doing good things, what would you define that trope as?
I like the morally gay character. Morally gay. The morally gay character. Oh, okay. I'd say morally gray or anti-hero or something like that would be what I would define them as. Like they're
anti-hero.
Yeah,
I saw that in there. The anti-hero.
Yes, I love anti-heroes. I want to write one so badly, but I can't quite get them. I guess Laurel would be an anti-hero. Like, bitch
is that what TJ would be then? An anti-hero?
Maybe. That works. Yeah, because it's morally gray. Like, well, he's just killing motherfuckers, though. Like, he's pretty non-discriminate about it. Does he do anything?
He's very particular on who he kills. Bad people. But he does it without prejudice.
So he's kind of like a little Dexter. Go, little
Dexter.
Yeah.
What would you call Dexter?
Morally gray. Yep.
Morally gray? Okay.
Great anti-hero. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I love Dexter. It's like, oh my God, I hope Dexter never gets caught because he's killing the bad guys. And here he is. He's a serial killer applying his bad qualities to doing good.
Yes. I would choose that. Morally gray. Yeah. No, that fits because like he's killing people, which is bad, but he's doing it for a good reason. So it's like, yeah, anti-hero for sure. I love it.
T-Paul had fun with the morally gay, where he then said Dexter morally gay.
I love it.
Yes.
Our genre is morally gay. Laurel would actually be the anti-hero in the Rumroll trilogy, though, because even though like he's kind of doing some bad shit, he's doing it. His heart's in the right place. Like he's doing it for moral reasons, but it's really bad shit. So like I don't think he's going to be able to come back out of it after Insomnia, to be honest. But it's going to be okay. It's fine. Like, he's pretty much going to get condemned in Insomnia. I might kill him off in Insomnia. I don't know. Stay tuned. Hey, what I decide to do with Laurel, what I end up doing with him.
Kill him.
Well, I do love Laurel. But I can always create another character. It's fine. If he needs to die, he will die. But there's worse things to do to characters than just kill them. And if you've read Lucid, you know that because poor Julian.
Yeah, haven't got to it yet. Yeah, haven't got to it yet. It's sitting there. I've got 3 books on my shelf here. I've got Secrets and Songbirds, Lucid, and the Gospel of the Witch. All that I want to get to, so I will get there eventually. I've got just so much going on. It's hard to keep up.
Don't feel bad. The only books I've read lately have been on Audible, on Spotify, like the free Audible books while I'm doing like Uber Eats and shit because a bitch is broke. Okay. So I've been listening to all the classics. I've read Emma by Jane Austen. I've read The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I've read The Call of the Wild by somebody whose name has slipped my mind. I loved Call of the Wild though. Have you ever read it?
Yes. Long time ago. Long time ago.
Emma was okay. It was cool. I enjoyed it. But I really didn't like The Picture of Dorian Gray. That one, there was like 2 big ass filler chapters in it. But now I'm talking about that instead of, oh, the show's over. Wow, that all switched like a whole lot there.
What's that?
I said my trajectory changed so many times. It was like we're talking about tropes and now we're talking about classics and now we're talking about on the
show. Yep. All right. This has been a great show. It's so nice to have you back, Luke. Oh my God.
It's fucking fabulous.
Yes. This is going to be great. We have let's see. Where is it? I got to learn how to mark these. Cornelia said, Luke, I cannot get over how incredible you look. Seriously, you're glowing. T-Paul said, yes, Luke, you are absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
There we go. So anyways, I thought I would get those back in there because yes, you are absolutely gorgeous tonight. Not that you aren't gorgeous all the other times. It's just tonight you are just decked out and looking great.
I feel great. There's a lot of good things happening in my life right now. I mean, the real estate's taken off. My book nook is open. I'm getting that started, and money's coming in the way it needs to, and everything's just going really well. So, and
I feel yes.
That I'm going to be able to start working on the sequel some more now that I don't have to like constantly worry about surviving.
Yeah.
Out here for a pimp. All right.
All right. Well, it's a great show. Let me remind everybody tomorrow, Shadow Fox, we're talking about night terrors. T-Paw still hasn't told me what we're talking about on Friday, but I'm sure it's going to be good. T-Paw is on Friday with the Vellum. Saturday, Comedy and Controversy. Sunday, we have Joe Walsh.
Yeah.
Joe Walsh.
Big time.
Yes. And then following Joe Walsh, I have Elizabeth Masters with Becoming Stoic. So 2 shows on Sunday. Yes, it's going to be a huge week. Then next Tuesday, we're back with Luke again. So, hey, all right. It is all getting out there. So remember, catch in the moment. I have lots and lots of stuff that I bring to you from so many different groups.
One more thing, I just wanted to invite everyone to put it in the chat after the show ends, or now, whenever you want to do it. Any topics that you'd like to see me cover in the next Tuesday takes. If I don't see any suggestions, I will just choose one at random and we will take it from there. But I just wanted to open up that opportunity for everyone if there's something that they'd like to see covered writing wise right here on Tuesday Takes.
Yes. And right down there below on it's going along the line, Twitter by L.R. Evans, her contact her on there. You can contact me. Let me do the banner thing here real quick.
Banner.
Yep. Under my name, we have headlines on here now. I put my Twitter up. You can contact me on Twitter there. And then, of course, with I almost did it. I caught myself. L.R. Evans, Chapters and Pages, Book Nook. Yes. April 1st, Daigle. We'll have to do a special on that. Absolutely. So everybody tune in. And any last words before I take her out here?
Oh, yeah.
Meow. I've been using your meow on all of my shows, if you haven't noticed. Yes, at the end of every show, I put the meow in there. So remember, everyone, be happy, be kind, and may good things come your way. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Meow.